These were like burning a hole through my head.
Burning a hole through you, which is not recommended.
That's correct.
But
But after adjusting them, they went back to normal.
they went back to not burning a hole in your
Yep.
head.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good because, well, a hole in your head might relieve pressure if there was.
That's right.
An amount of pressure in your head that, but
Yeah.
I think actually there's a podcast that their tagline at the end of every episode is "Don't drill a hole in your head." So
That's a good theme.
so yeah, that's
For some reason.
sound advice right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Of course, if one were to not like the podcast, they might try to show the podcast who's in charge by actually drilling a hole in their head. But
Right.
yeah, that's. I see. So you got the hot beverage, you got the hat, you got.
It's actually not that hot anymore. It's about halfway left. I go, oh, I better take this and finish it.
So you're rocking the hot chocolate or the hot coffee?
It's coffee.
Ah,
Kind of
Folgers?
medium cold. Oh no, I don't know that. This is the McDonald's Cafe K-Cups.
Ah, wait, McDonald's K-Cups.
Yes.
It baffles me that McDonald's would make a K-Cup, and then it baffles me that people would buy the McDonald's K-Cup.
I thought I'd try it.
Yeah. This brings up a
Right,
topic.
Sparky? You got to try it, right?
This brings up a topic I meant to bring up yesterday on the Dune and Johnny show, but I
Yeah.
didn't. But before I need to figure out how to properly transition into this topic so I don't get too many weird looks. But before we do that, it's time to open up everyone's favorite internet radio show.
Insert title here.
The show that changes names so frequently, we just put a placeholder in, and then we stop changing it. But I'm here. Brian is here. Mars has an invite, so he might be here.
If it was 65 degrees, Sparky.
And Sparky is here.
Computer, what's the temperature? Oh. Computer, what's the temperature? 53 degrees.
Yeah, and California has quite the wide range of weather. It gets from mildly cold to mildly hot. So that's the wide range there,
Yeah.
So we're in the mildly cold season in California.
And for some reason,
Or
we
is
always set
anyways.
it about 73 degrees.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes 73 degrees feels hot, and sometimes it feels cold. I can't explain it.
I set mine to 68, but my
Oh,
house is
good.
well, my house isn't insulated, so to heat it to 73 would
Why you got all those holes in the walls? Why didn't you just shove in some insulation?
I didn't cut that many holes into the walls.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I cut a few holes here and there, but not like in between each stud. Basically, that's the type
and not exterior walls, right?
Actually, I think I mostly have exterior walls, except for the
Yeah,
interior.
but most of your
ones.
wiring is on interior walls.
Well,
right?
well, a lot of the wiring, yeah, actually, yeah, I guess so, because the wiring that went from the basement to the attic was up the chimney, which is interior.
I think he heats his place with coal.
Coal. Yeah, that's why I've been really bad this year, because Santa's going to bring me some free heating. Is what he's going to do.
Oh, have you watched the? I think it's called the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell.
No, I've not watched that.
Came out a couple years ago. It's actually kind of funny.
So, but anyways, yeah, I am rocking the oil tank in the basement.
And Santa, there's one scene where Santa is rocking with other inmates in jail.
So, yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, I started by saying it baffles me that someone would see the need for a McDonald's themed K-Cup when it comes to coffee, because there are brands that you associate with coffee, but I understand the Dunkin' Donuts K-Cup, but McDonald's, I think Big Mac, I think fries. I'm not really thinking coffee, but
have you had their coffee lately?
I mean, I've
It's probably been a dozen years and they made vast improvements because they don't want to lose out to Starbucks.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, is as I don't think Starbucks ever lost a lawsuit with coffee being the central figure of the lawsuit, whereas McDonald's has very famously and notoriously lost a lawsuit involving coffee.
Well, that's only being spilled by a customer that didn't get that it was hot.
That is not how that really goes.
Well, that's okay, but I'm going to continue that myth.
The elderly woman.
Don't wreck the myth. Don't wreck the myth.
No. This is one of these myths that people use to try to destroy our legal system. Now, mind you, I am not
destroy
a fan.
The legal system.
I am
what do
not.
you mean?
Well, it's used as an example as a frivolous lawsuit and why certain lawsuits should not be allowed.
Well, there's always a judge and jury, so I don't give a crap.
But but it is often used as an example of why certain reforms are needed.
It's an
that
excuse,
are not
yes.
needed. But the story was that an elderly woman accidentally, and she admits accidentally, spilled coffee on her lap. And in a matter of seconds, it caused third-degree burns because it was heated up recklessly hot. McDonald's had previously...
Recklessly hot.
That is what the ruling... And that, I could say, legally is the case because that was the ruling of the lawsuit. Well, I don't know if reckless was the term, but irresponsibly hot to the point that within seconds...
So what has changed so far in the story?
The story is really about the medical bills and the medical attention that the elderly woman needed as a result.
There weren't any?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm figuring out where you changed the story. You just said that there were medical bills, and so what? They're fake? Fake news?
I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Continue with your real story.
You know what?
Continue with your story.
Someone else has done this better than me, and
good.
And so
send the link.
So we're just going to let Adam explain this.
Good.
The justice system is way less impartial than we like to think.
Adam, I'm serious. Kendra's freedom is on the line. Please stop scaring her.
No, I knew it. The system is going to screw me. They throw innocent people in jail while some old lady who spills hot coffee on herself gets $1 million.
Ah, yes, the famous McDonald's hot coffee lawsuit. That case was terrible, but not for the reason you think. In fact, everything you've heard about it is wrong.
Civil case.
Tell me, what do you think happened in that case?
So there was this greedy lady, and she was all, I want money. My ethics are questionable. So she gets a coffee at McDonald's. But she's like, I'm too dumb to know that coffee is hot. And she's driving all crazy, and she spills a little on her lap.
Yeah, that's funny.
Then she's all like, boo-hoo! I'm suing McDonald's. I deserve money for being stupid. And now she's a millionaire and probably owns the Clippers or whatever.
Whew, sorry, all of that is wrong. The facts, the outcome, and especially that voice.
Hey, a strong choice is better than no choice at all.
Here's what actually happened. Stella Liebeck was a 79-year-old woman whose grandson drove her to McDonald's. She was in a parked car holding hot coffee in her lap when it spilled. Now, Stella openly admitted that the spill was her mistake, but the results were horrifying.
Coffee.
She had third-degree burns on her legs and genitals, and she went into shock. She had to undergo painful skin graft operations, and her surgeon said it was one of the worst cases he had ever seen.
One of the
Stella
worst
was
cases
permanently
ever seen.
disfigured and nearly died.
Third-degree burns? How is that possible? No one serves coffee that hot.
You're right, only a clown would. The reason Stella's injuries were so severe is that McDonald's was serving coffee at up to 190 degrees. That's almost boiling. McDonald's themselves even admitted that at that temperature, their coffee was a hazard. In fact, in the decade prior, over 700 people notified McDonald's that they had been burned by their coffee.
Holy crow.
The real irony is, Stella didn't even want to go to court. She just wanted McDonald's to help pay her $20,000 in out-of-pocket medical expenses. But after making her wait for 6 months, they
'Cause
only
she had
offered
suck
her
insurance.
$800. Stella
Oh, yeah,
tried
it's
to
called
get McDonald's
Medicare.
to settle. She even agreed to mediation, but McDonald's wouldn't budge. They gave her no choice but to go to court. So when the jury heard Stella's story, they found that McDonald's had acted so irresponsibly, they had to be punished.
They burned 700 people? This has got to stop. Let's find
no.
them 2 days coffee sales. That's 2.7 million. That ought to teach them a lesson.
That'll teach them a lesson.
And it worked. In the end, Stella settled for less than 600 grand. But that was enough to get McDonald's to lower their temperature and stop burning people. This was an
No, they put a
incredibly rare
disclaimer on
case
it.
where a working class victim actually beat a huge team of corporate lawyers and made the world a better place.
Wow, how did I not know about this?
Because those corporate lawyers are really good at their jobs. They spent years running a disinformation campaign to convince Americans that there was an epidemic of frivolous lawsuits, and the media bought it.
It seems she was holding a cup between her legs while driving.
Now she claims she broke her nose on the sneeze guard at the Sizzler, bending over looking at the chickpeas.
You get me one coffee drinker on that jury, you gonna walk out of there a rich man.
Plasma getting bigger, Jesus getting smaller. Spill a cup of coffee, make $1 million.
And because of this false narrative, the witch hunt against frivolous lawsuits continues to this day.
Wow, they're really mad.
Except that anger is not real. These protests have been organized and sponsored by large corporations.
Kendra, this is Michael McCann. He's a professor of law and politics.
Anyways, you get the gist of that. So that there is a story. And speaking of
And
hot
it's funny.
coffee,
And it's funny.
uh,
And it's Mars. Hey,
and
Mars.
speaking of hot coffee,
Share your cup of coffee.
Mars, you drink your coffee at 190 degrees Fahrenheit, right?
Sure, why not? No, I'm just not dumb enough to stick it in between my legs while I'm driving.
Now
That's all. I'm sorry. Who put?
Park
That hurts a lot.
You know what? They have this
car passenger
okay.
seat.
Okay, number one, they have this
Okay.
big giant hole in the middle of the car. You put your cup inside it. You don't have to put it in your lap. Put it in
No.
the freaking cup hole. The hole. Put it in the hole.
Oh, this is an old story where they had bench
Oh, I
sheets
know.
still.
No, mind you,
What?
she admits it was her mistake to spill the coffee,
Yeah.
but the third-degree burns that resulted in $20,000 of medical fees because the coffee was served recklessly hot that they received 700 complaints about.
Well, I'm sorry. I never spilled my coffee. I never burnt myself, and I'm blind. How hard is that shit?
Well,
They can fucking see and drive. Pardon my language.
I'm just saying that I think if you get 700 complaints of people burning themselves at the coffee,
in all honesty,
lowering the temperature.
In all
yeah.
honesty, 190 degrees is way too hot for coffee. Number one, my coffee when it comes out of my pot is probably about 100. Oh, that was important. Gators, you
What's
get
that?
money. You get money.
Let's see. Did Johnny get his $75? Clinics across Massachusetts are offering $75 gift cards through the end of the year or while supplies last as an incentive for people in the state to get vaccinated boosted. Well, I've already been boosted, so I'm not eligible for another boost right now.
You can just get another one just for the fun of it.
I did get a check from the state because they withheld too much tax money.
Oh, I agree with that. There you
Now,
go.
apparently there was some law that they had to send out checks, but the thing that confuses me is they say that it's for overpaying in 2022, but that's still this year, which means I haven't filed for that year yet. So that just means I've received back withholding.
Free
I'm
money.
No, it's my money, but I think they just gave me back withholding then, which just means I get less back on my refund.
I haven't checked.
Although if I end up owing this,
Do you
if I end up
really-
owing the state, then I'm going to be like, dude, why'd you send
withhold-
that?
Do you withhold yourself, or does your employer do it?
Employer does it.
Yeah.
You know,
Why
I
would
fill
they
out
be
the
sending
form.
you money?
I don't know, because of some law or something. All I know is I was sent a check, and I deposited it in my savings.
In Massachusetts?
Yeah, they gave
Wow.
me back some tax money. because I
Wow.
took too much.
I think they're supposed to send me a card in the mail with $dollar on it. I haven't
Dollar
looked.
dollar.
Yeah, I got the $dollar on a card in my mailbox. I
dollar.
haven't looked yet. I don't know.
Anyways, what I've been trying to get to was now. What do you think of Brian's McDonald's K-Cups?
The standard. I'm sorry, Gators. I was responding to Sparky. Yeah, the standard was $1.90 until they actually lowered it. That was just their machines, not just that one place. Gators. I'm sorry.
No, thank you for clarifying that, because I wasn't entirely sure how widespread that practice was.
Oh yeah,
Did
it was around
did she
yeah.
actually have a thermometer to check how hot it was?
I don't know. This is another thing that would require research, but I'm thinking if I were on the legal team, I'd probably send people out to 10 or 20 local McDonald's with thermometers and get an average of what the coffee's served at to kind of show what the standard practice is while, quietly building my case. I don't know if that's what they did, but the point is there's ways to find this data, and that's what the data is.
Either that, or she was really sick that day, and she was testing her temperature in the bottom part of her, and when the coffee spilled, she goes, "Oh look, I'm at 190 degrees today."
Right.
You never know. That could be how it happened.
Look. Anyways, but I think
those
theory,
thermometers probably don't go that high.
I think the theory is to serve the coffee.
Makes for a good story, though.
She was using a meat thermometer.
I think the concept was...
There you go. Jam that one up here. Never mind.
The concept was to serve the coffee hotter than one wants to drink it at, so that they take it, and if it sits and it cools before they get to it, then it will be the right temperature when they go to drink it.
No.
And
In fact, in Starbucks and a lot of coffee places, you could specify your temperature. Like I don't specify it, but it usually comes at 145 degrees or something.
I do know when I was.
You can ask for it for less.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I ask for a glass of ice water so I can put a couple of cubes in my coffee.
No, you just say you want your coffee at 120 degrees.
Damn, how about IHOP? What do they do? Do they offer that as well?
You're lucky to have drinkable coffee at IHOP.
But it's the never-ending coffee pot. So
you kind of go. When was the last time you cleaned your coffee pot?
Well, it's either IHOP, it's the never-ending coffee, or the never-ending giant thing of orange juice that you get.
Yeah.
Which will just give you diabetes, because their orange juice is 90% sugar.
But I remember, when I don't know what temperature they serve it at now, but when I was in Maine, if I ever picked up a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, I never drank it when I got it.
480 degrees, right?
I brought it to the office. I put it on my desk. I take the lid off so it would cool faster, so I could actually drink the thing at some point in the morning, because they were serving it pretty hot too. So that was just it seemed to be the habit, was to serve it hot so people can drink it later.
No, when I used to hit Starbucks every day, they used to give us these cups of magma, the cups of coffee, and they're super duper hot. Mm-hmm. I had no problem, and the reason is I never got my coffee till about an hour into the day, because I'm doing my dailies in the morning, and I can't, you can't get to your coffee, so you're you just put it over there, and then you get to it. When you get to it, it's still pretty warm.
So
paging Dune.
So what I've been trying to transition into is more fun, but probably
it's about time.
So I was saying,
we just took a short story and made it way longer.
Because what I was thinking was I wouldn't expect McDonald's branded K-Cups to be a seller.
Why?
But the fact that they make it suggests that someone's buying it. Much like, those spam emails for some prince that has money that he needs to send, that he died and left to you. They wouldn't send those emails out if they didn't work. So the fact that people do it suggests that it works. Which brings me to my next topic. Does this mean that dick pics work?
Well, in accomplishing what?
Why? Because the whole concept of people send dick pics to try to pick up the ladies, and obviously this is a bad idea, and this doesn't work. Yet people keep doing it. So is this like the spam that sometimes it works?
Well, I do get those spams on my phone that said, "Hi, I'm blah blah blah. Would you like to look? And they show me a picture, and I go, I sometimes I go, oh, and I respond and go, yeah, I'm blind, I can't see. And one time I got one back that said, you should show your friend, and I'm like, no. I just like block and close. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. I have to laugh at that one.
Sparky writes in, they only work if the person receiving one step. Now, I'm not talking about that, because usually if you get to the... I mean, there's dick pics that you've reached a point that you've established that type of relationship and you're kind of like being... I'm talking about the unsolicited ones that people are always complaining about. Why do people keep doing this? I mean... I would suspect it never works.
I think
yet people keep doing it. Is it like the Nigerian prince scam that some people actually take the bait?
Are you continuing to do it, or have you ever even tried it?
I've never done. No.
So we don't have statistical data that you can provide.
I don't take my underwear off at night when I sleep, so I'm certainly not sending pictures out to the internet.
I was going to say, are you wearing pants now?
Yes, I am wearing pants.
All right.
But I am not wearing socks.
And you have a cat there to verify, right?
No socks, though. I don't
Whoa!
wear
socks. Who wears those socks?
I don't got one of those fetishes. That doesn't work either.
And Sparky, I'm one step ahead of Sparky.
He was still typing when you flipped your foot out.
Now, see, Gators, you want the stream. You want people to watch your stream. You go up to where it says what the subject of your thing is, and put hashtag feet, and you'll get 85,000 people watching you.
I don't think my feet are as popular as Sweet Anita's feet, although I don't think it's a good thing that Sweet Anita's feet are as popular as they are.
I'm sorry, it's just it's how people walk around. I don't want to see their feet.
No.
I do have socks. I'm sorry.
But actually, I was listening to an interesting podcast about Brian putting in the feet tag.
Oh, God.
Well, there was a podcast called Dying for Sex, and it's not that many episodes, and it is quite an interesting a podcast. I think it's a you can still find it. Dying for Sex is the name of the podcast. And basically the premise of it was that this woman who had been diagnosed with a terminal illness divorced her husband and started hooking up for sexual encounters through the dating apps to try to expand her life experiences with the time she had left. And she did a podcast telling these stories about these sexual encounters. And there was an episode where she talked about some of the feet fetish people that she met with. And like there was a guy that liked being walked on and stepped on. And
he just wants some chiropractic. I don't know.
Walk
on my back.
Here's the
thing. That thing.
Here's the thing that Twitch is missing.
Yeah.
What?
Hashtags do not work.
Oh well. Sorry.
Bummer.
No foot fetishes for you, Brian. So yeah.
You can't go to that search area, Brian. The search up in the corner.
You could go to Google and find feet videos. Yeah.
Well, you can go in there and say hashtag feet, and you'll find stuff.
Oh,
That's fine. Insert.
If you go where?
If you want to find feet stuff on the internet.
You go to your search thingy on Twitch, on the website. Just go to the search thingy and type in hashtag.
You just go to www.pornhub.com and you type feet into that search field, and then you click hit enter, and
okay.
Then you turn off your camera and the fun begins. But turn off your microphone too. But anyways, we're gonna suggest you do that after the show.
There's a Bridget. No feet there.
What? Why do we have Brian searching?
And
for
then there's a person called
he's interested in feet, Gators. It's not my fault.
Well, there's the curiosity, man. Furry feet.
Furry feet.
Oh,
now is that feet by furries or feet that's literally furry? I
have no idea.
I guess you could yiff furry feet, right?
It says it's an indie game.
Furry feet is an indie game. Yeah, that would be an indie game. That's
I guess.
Hide
And then
it in
there's
the fur.
Pajama Sam 3.
Oh, Pajama Sam! Oh, I haven't. Pajama
Of
Sam
course,
was a
then
cool
there's
game.
Happy
Yeah,
Feet.
those are fun games.
Now, Sparky Toaster writes in, Brian gonna get some strange ads now.
Oh no, I didn't even think of that. Oh my.
Hey.
It's like, don't search for the word toilet because Amazon's going to say, hey, here's one for you.
I got one for the Shakaroni for Gator Stream today, so I don't know.
The Shack-A-Roni.
Yeah, it's like remember the Bigfoot? You remember the Bigfoot pizza?
Wasn't that Pizza Hut thing? Or
Yes, but it was
Domino's
Papa
thing?
Murphy's. Papa Murphy's has a shack size freaking pizza.
A shack size, but you have to have a shack size oven for that because the Papa Murphy's you got to cook.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Wait, is that
Well,
Papa
you
John's
cut
you
it
have to cook, or
into
Papa Murphy's?
thirds or something so
could do
that it'll
that.
fit in your oven.
There you go.
I don't know, man. Wait, is it Papa
don't know.
John's that you need to cook, or is it Papa Murphy's?
I don't recall.
Now, so the topic on this week's show is Lost and Found, and
Lost and Found?
yeah,
We found
yeah.
it.
Well, this is gonna. I did find it, and I don't know if anyone lost it, but I found it. And this is I was thinking of possibly doing this live on tonight's stream, but then I decided, nah, I probably should do a little more prep work and do it properly. But I recently found I'm always checking the eBay auctions for cheap prices on expired Super 8 film, and I found a lot of 6 rolls that was being listed for $90, which was too much for what was there.
Incidentally, here's why you're interested. I forgot.
Okay.
This Christmas Chronicles.
Christmas Chronicles.
The main theme is okay. So there's a son and there's a daughter. The daughter is younger.
That's 4 feet.
She grabs the old family camcorder and records the Christmas experience.
He has both his feet gators.
Now that's the camcorder, so that would be what, a VHS-C or an 8mm or
hard to tell.
Or is that a film
in fact, it
camera?
had a little pop-out cartridge. Maybe it was one of those digital recording rather than analog.
That could be. Okay. Yeah.
You know, because I have one right behind me in the closet.
Yeah.
I have nothing 8mm here at all.
Okay. Maybe it's 7.5. But anyways, so I saw the auction for 6 rolls for $90. Now normally I try to make my price come out to $10 a roll, and that's including once the cost of shipping has been added. And it was an interesting mixture of different types of film. There was some Kodachrome, there was some Ektachrome, there was some Tri-X, and it looked like it expired in the 90s. So it's a bit newer than I normally find. So I kept an eye on it, but the person didn't make an offer, because sometimes you watch an auction and someone will see it's being watched and will offer a lower price to people watching to try to move it. So at some point I decided, okay, let me throw an offer out of $40. See if we can get this to a point where it comes out to $10 a roll. So I offered $40. Mind you, they were asking $90. I offered $40, and they accepted the $40. So I'm like, sweet, 6 rolls for $40 plus shipping. So I pay. They send it UPS, and it arrived today. Now, mind you, the auction was listed as, some of the boxes were unopened, some of the boxes were open, but it was unused, and it specifically said it was unused. So I get the film today, and I take the ones that were in open boxes, and I take them out, and the film says in the little window, exposed. So it means 3 so that
well, that saves you a step.
Why did that not work? There we go.
Wait, do they have stuff on them?
Well, exposed means that they ran that the film is, because basically the end of the film has the word exposed showing on there, so that's the way you can differentiate from unused and exposed.
Did you develop it to see what was on it?
I have not developed it yet. I just got this stuff today.
That's exciting. You might get some good stuff.
So I've got 3. Now I got 3 rolls I can use, but I got 3 rolls that has been shot already that I need to develop to share with you. So we might do a little found film video at some point in the future.
That's
here.
Exciting.
That is exciting.
It could be some interesting,
It's gonna be a good Morphternuvening is what it's gonna be.
A what?
There's a YouTube streamer called Filmboy24 that does a lot of found film developing, and he always opens up his video saying "Good morning." So that's what I was. Now, 5-Hit Dune writes in, Brian is friggin' baked.
Baked.
Oh,
And
wow,
and then he writes in, no, don't F it up. And that's why I'm not doing it tonight, because I want to block out the window in the bathroom and set it up as a dark room and do test strips and test times to make sure that I get something good off of this film, because this is someone's
So you
memories.
cut off a few feet and then develop it, see how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good idea.
So yeah, we now Dune is saying don't do it. There's not labs that do this anymore. I mean, it's pretty much this is, mind you, this film came from an estate auction that someone bought and flipped. First of all, I have no way of tracing it back to where it once came from. And I've had enough practice that I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to do a reversal development. Mind you, the stuff that I've done that came out looking iffy, that was because I was trying to get fancy and do reversal development. If you recall the first few runs I've had, that was some clean development I got out of there because I just developed it as a straight black and white negative. That's what I'm going to do with this stuff. I'm going to go simple. I'm not going to get fancy, and I'm going to do test strips. I'm going to do this right.
So, I have a question. Do you have the email of the person that sent you those things? Because once you give developed, you say, "Yeah, I have your developed film. Would you like me to send you a Dropbox link to him?"
No, this guy bought the stuff from an estate auction. It ain't his film. It's and I know that because I sent the guy a message saying, "Hey, I just want to give you a little FYI. Not upset, not complaining, because I accounted for this possibility in the price I offered. But you said that those 3 rolls were unused, and if you take a look at the film window, they said expired. I'm exposed. I wanted to let you know this so you know what to look for if you ever flip any other film in the future."
Yeah, he's not gonna look, is he?
Well, he wrote back and he said, "Well, I doubt that will ever happen again, but thanks for telling me. I'll keep that in mind."
Oh. ...
No, I'm kidding. He did not end it with 3 dots.
Ellipsy.
The 3 dots were implied.
It's
well, in fact, I mean, it's also possible that you'll cut off your couple feet, whatever you develop, you find out
Right.
that it hasn't been exposed.
It's been run through to the end. So if it hasn't been exposed, that means it was run through a camera with the
okay.
It's not an endless loop. It runs and it gets to the end.
No, I got it. Yeah. 3 dots.
Now
I love it.
Now Dune writes in, but it's color. Okay, I have weighed in, marked, and membered. Mad Max quote. Here's the thing. People that, even professionals that develop found film at this point, they don't do it as color anymore because it's safer to just do a simple black and white development. Even though, in theory, the Ektachrome could be developed as color. And I'm actually kind of considering that because I got 3 rolls that were found. 2 are Ektachrome, 1's a Kodachrome. The Kodachrome, no one can develop that in color even if they wanted to, unless they went to some very experimental options. The chemicals that do that are not being made anymore. The Kodachrome labs shut down. That's done. The only thing you're going to get off of Kodachrome is black and white unless someone's experimenting, which some people do, but that's fringe stuff and that's experimental stuff. But the Ektachrome,
go for it, man.
The Ektachrome could be developed in color in theory, but I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to do the Kodachrome first. I'm going to do a test strip to fine tune the time. Just going to do a straight black and white negative development, scan it in, see what we get. The Ektachrome I'm going to think about a little bit. So Dune writes in, never 3 dot. But yeah, I think even the Ektachrome,
only two.
I think even the Ektachrome professionals would say, just do a black and white. Don't waste your time trying to do the color. But I think if I bought a color Ektachrome kit, I could probably do it with that. I don't know how good the color would come out. Now, mind you, the last time I tried to do that, it came out completely turquoise.
Oh.
There's a color.
And we never determined why that happened. The theory is that.
But could you wait a minute? Could you see the colors? I mean, see the images?
Yes, I could see the images. They came out as a it was a turquoise negative, but it was supposed to be a color positive.
Close enough.
People suggested that it was likely that I let my chemicals expire too much, but I didn't think expired chemicals would turn out that bad.
So put some egg food coloring in there.
So where are you getting your chemicals from?
Well, I
was from the grocery store.
There's online stores that sell chemicals. I bought a set of Ektachrome chemicals. I used it once. I let it sit in the basement for 6 months, and then I used them again, and I got the turquoise negative. So that was longer than you really should let the chemicals sit for.
Was there a date on the chemicals?
I think the date is like 2 months, 3 months at most.
Was there an actual date?
Well, no, there's not a Best Buy. Actually, the chemical kit comes, what's that word when it's not diluted? Undiluted. Concentrate. Yes, the concentrate is good for
just like orange juice, right?
Right. The
Mostly sugar.
When you get the chemicals as a concentrate, those are good on the shelf as is for years. So there may have been a date, but the date would have been years out. But once you mix it with the water and dilute it and combine it,
so you bought the chemicals
that's a new date.
That was in the water?
I bought chemicals that were concentrated, and then I mixed them up, and I used it once, and then I put them away in the basement, and then I pulled about 6 months later, used them again, and I got a turquoise negative.
You know what you could do? Is you could turn that air conditioning unit into a makeshift refrigerator for your chemicals, and it would become a used one.
I'm sorry, what?
Take that air conditioner.
Yeah.
Make a box around, around the exit where the cool air comes out.
Okay.
And that becomes your refrigerator for chemicals.
I guess that would be
You know what I would do? I would
That'd be
just
a
buy
lot
the
of
residence
power.
refrigerator and stick it in my basement.
You'd what?
I would buy the residence extra box set and just put the refrigerator in my basement.
Well,
that can hold all his chemicals.
The chemicals, the chemicals have a shelf life, whether or not they're in a
go on
fridge.
Craigslist with your air conditioner and say, "This is free in exchange for a small refrigerator."
There you go.
Okay.
This is worth, what was it worth? $300?
Refrigerator or not, when you mix up the chemicals, the shelf life at that point is like 3 months. So if I'm going to buy another Ektachrome kit, I'm going to buy it when I have enough film to use it multiple times.
That makes sense.
And then just
or you say, okay, so for this full packet, you need to add this much water. What if I did a quarter of it? How much water? How much of the chemical would have to go into that water?
No, because
why no?
Because it mixes up a liter, and my tank needs a liter.
Yeah, but you're only going to be doing 12 inches or whatever, or 24 inches or whatever.
But I'm
so
gonna
you put it in a container and you swash it all around.
But
it'd be fine.
But I'm doing the test strip to determine the time. Once I determine the time, then I'm going to do the whole roll. I'm going to do it in the same day.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
I'm not going to do a test strip and then go, okay, well, I'm glad I got the rest of this on the shelf because I'm not going to do, now that I determine my time, I'm going to let it sit a year.
So how many rolls will the chemicals run?
That's a good question, and one that is on the website that I am going to, let's see, Ektachrome Developing Kit. That is, let's see, an E6 kit is good for 12 rolls of 35 millimeter. Or
go out and buy 12 rolls of film.
Right. Oh, I have like about 12 rolls in my fridge, 2 of which are already exposed.
Go shoot 12 rolls of film.
Yeah, of what? I'm gonna shoot it when it's time
Hey,
to
Christmas
shoot.
is coming up, man. You've got all kinds of opportunity.
Yeah, I mean
Christmas tree, opening up the presents.
Well, yeah.
Oh man, it goes on and on and on.
I might do that. Of course, keep in mind that shooting film of the kids opening up the presents means plugging in and turning on the train headlight.
So do you also have a neighborhood that has all these Christmas lights up?
Some, maybe. But you could take still. You may as well take still pictures of that.
Oh no! You want somebody to be driving the car, and you take that video cam out the window and you shoot house to house. Oh no, that's the best way to do it, man. And magically enough, video does actually a lot better.
This is burning a hole in your pocket. Uh-huh.
What's burning a hole in my pocket?
You just want to get this film shot so we could develop it. You're just like go.
Hey, look, you Twitch paid you some money, right? Use it for the show.
I love developing film, but it's far more exciting when it's something like you can't force those good events to happen. You just have to have a camera with you when it comes up and
yeah, but it's Christmas. There are tons of events.
Yeah, but I mean,
I really like it when you go to, say, a Burger King for a quick burger, right? And there's the family in front taking pictures like this is a great family event. We're going to Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they don't go to Burger King. Brian, maybe there are families that don't go to Burger King or eat out very often.
I could take the camera to a Burger King. I don't know if they'll like me bringing that train headlight in.
McDonald's. Yeah, as a child, I didn't go to McDonald's.
The train headlight,
very often. Yeah.
I mean, you do it most of the shooting outside.
As it is, I'm debating whether or not I should shoot any film for Christmas because I really think it makes me feel like I'm an obnoxious jerk when I break out the train headlight.
Grinch.
I really do. Believe me, I'm no Grinch. But
so don't hold back, man. Do it.
Well, yeah, but the train headlight is obnoxious. People find it absolutely obnoxious when I pull that out. They hate it. They absolutely and back then it was necessary if you wanted to get a movie. So there was a practical purpose for it. Today I'm just the weird uncle with the flashing headlight, That's,
we'll get something that's a little bit more discreet.
This film requires that kind of lighting. Plain and simple. Let me show you.
So you get a whole light bar, right? Each bulb is a little bit dimmer.
Lumens or lumens. I need a certain number of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
I would just go for you. Say, hey, don't be a Grinch, man.
Let me show you something.
That's right.
I'm gonna bring up now Tri-X will shoot better in low light situations sometimes.
Yeah.
I found that Tri-X can get.
Can you push it?
Yeah, but let me show you. So I took a roll of Tri-X and I shot my cousin's birthday, and indoors I tried to shoot it without the train headlight, hoping something would come out without being obnoxious. So I'm going to show you how well a no train headlight indoor with well lit for indoor for normal things like the lamps were on, everyone inside could see everything. It probably worked fine with a camera phone, but for film you really need the train headlight because this is what came out, and yes, you can make out there she is opening up the presents. It came out
awesome,
but just it's not a very good film. Also, I did develop this using beer, but
no, that's cool. I think that works.
It is cool, but I don't think the color.
There's kind of a lack of contrast. But
yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
There's enough to make it.
It's barely visible. It's not a good movie. It's barely visible. That's what I could get indoors. Now that's a dog playing with the paper. Oh, there's my cousin.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
It's very grainy, very dark, very lack of contrast. But
But that one you could really make out the face. I mean, this one, is there a face there?
There is.
Was
There were
that a
two faces
baby
there.
or a doll?
That was a baby.
I thought it was a doll, to be honest.
You can make out the glasses in that one. So yeah, I mean, this is
Yeah, some of it's pretty poor, but there are some shots that are really good. You know, if
and
you
the
get
lamp
right
comes out
on the
good.
face, and maybe with the room lighting on it,
yeah.
that's like straight on behind the camera.
So that is indoor. Now this same roll of film, for contrast, if I can find my damn mouse pointer.
It's over there.
Oh, here it is. For contrast, here's what the outdoor shots under sunlight came out as. So here we are playing a little Yahtzee.
That's outdoors.
Well, that's on a porch with big screen, so there's plenty of sunlight coming in.
Oh, okay. So that is somewhat improved. I mean, if you were outside.
This is what this film is capable of doing.
Yeah.
Is what
So
this
move
is.
Christmas outside, even if it's 20 degrees.
And there's my cousin's favorite shirt, right here.
Oh, I thought it was going to show a beer belly. I don't have a six-pack.
Now this is outdoors. This is outdoors, drinking beer to take a movie that's going to be developed with beer, and then here we are indoors again with the grain. So that's
and
quite.
Is the girl having a beer?
No.
What's
no,
that on
she's
her head? Oh, is that her birthday hat?
Right. She's open. This is what we already watched.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the difference between proper lighting and improper lighting.
Okay, so do you have a film of the...
I
don't know what Dune was going at.
A big the out in the field. Bad. Oh, no. No, but the new one was near the lamp. But no, I don't have a film of her.
The what?
I might have pictures. That was a topic that came up yesterday.
Oops.
Dune asked if my brother was married. I said, been there, done that. He's in a relationship now. But anyways, that was now Sparky writes in, Johnny, was the outside film developed with beer as well? Yeah, that was all the same role. That was the same role, one developing, same time, same everything. It's just that Tri-X can get away with some dark lighting because that was pretty damn good for indoor without a light. But would I want to repeat it? It was an experiment, and I actually got something visible out of it, but I probably wouldn't do that again. I'd probably rather have a camera light. But and Sparky also wrote in, looks like 1892 style. Yeah, it does. It really does. Now, Mars looked for Ectochrome, and Google gave him Ecto Cooler Beer.
Yes.
What? Oh my God! I want.
And the thing is, it came out Halloween, so there might still be some on the shelves.
Oh my! I have not seen this. I have
all
not.
I know is I'm looking for Ecta, and I must have spelled Ecto, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why it's giving me beer, but.
Oh my God! Ecto Cooler Alvarium. Where do I get this? I want.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What it gave me.
We gotta find this.
Some Googling, I guess. I don't know.
Now, Dune's summarizing the story. Oh, believe me, the story is much longer and more complicated than that. But
do we really need to go? Do we really want to go there?
No.
Your brother doesn't watch this show, does he?
Maybe.
I hope not.
He should.
But I'm not telling the story just in case he does.
That's right. Oh my God! Look what Johnny did.
Sometimes marriages end, and usually there's reasons, and that's just a true statement. But
like in my cousin's case, sometimes they restart again.
That's not happening with this one.
Oh, I did I even mention? So, went to Halloween at my Thanksgiving. I'm on the wrong freaking holiday.
Right.
At my cousin's place, and she was there with her husband, former ex-husband, and his ex-wife, and now the cousin. My cousin's husband, his cousin was there, and he cooked everything.
Okay.
So this is all about cousins, and so Thanksgiving is on Thursday, of course, and on Friday, my cousin was flying off to a little trip to Jerusalem, Jordan, and Egypt. Okay. Spending about 3 weeks there. The husband did not look happy. Now, there was a woman at the party. She was an interesting person. How many Christmas trees do you own, Johnny?
38.
Own. Meaning have owned or currently
No, own
own?
currently. Currently own.
Currently, I own one.
Okay. So I currently own 2. We did have a tiny one we just gave away to a thrift store.
Okay.
Well, we have 2.
I
Okay.
have a tiny one.
Not counting the little things that you put on the, put on with the little Christmas houses. Okay.
Okay.
We don't count those.
You don't
This
count those.
lady actually has 30 Christmas trees.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you got
Well,
room
she
for
did
'em.
own a hotel, and she's got to figure out, okay, what am I going to do with all these
Hotel,
Christmas trees?
motel, Holiday Inn. Yeah.
I don't. She didn't say what brand. Just said hotel.
Right.
Nice
Not motel,
reference, though.
but hotel.
Nice reference.
Hotel, Holiday.
I mean,
Come
how
on.
many hotels and or motels have you been to where they put a Christmas tree in every room?
I don't know, but my college dorm put a Christmas tree in the bathroom.
Oh.
But that was only one, right?
Yeah, but that was all a bathroom.
They didn't have a
needs.
common area for a Christmas tree, right?
I saw some green stuff on the wall. Does that count as a Christmas tree? At the hotel?
There was a floor that really got into Christmas decorating the bathroom. Like they wrapped the stalls in wrapping paper and
How are you supposed to
bows.
use them?
They put the lights up around the mirrors. They put the Christmas tree up in the corner and set some speakers and a radio up in there to play Christmas music.
Nice.
And I have to say, it actually it seems silly, but the Christmas tree in the bathroom is not a bad idea because you get that nice pine scent because it was a real tree. So that kind of helped.
Yeah.
you know,
And hey, if you don't have a break room, that's the best place to have it, right? In fact, there's a double thing. You don't have the pine scented thing in the toilet.
Now
or in the urinal.
Dune wants to know what I thought of the video he sent me. That was one of those slow it down, look closer, like how much can you see moments, because that was like, wow. I think I mean, there we've all seen the video where someone leans over and the low cut shirt kind of leans down a little bit, and you try to lean in to see how much you can see. Well, it was kind of like that, but with the panties instead, and that's yeah, that was odd. That's really odd when it's the same concept, but with the panties.
Now, see, Gators, oh, I don't know. The Gators, did you get to watch the board out video?
Well, there wasn't any blurred out, but it wasn't like the panties completely dropped down. It was just like a little bit, like I think you kind of get a hint of something coming, but it was.
No.
You mean you didn't send Sparky the video?
My experience was a live experience. Over at our mall, there's a hot dog. It's called Hot Dog on a Stick.
Okay.
And they have lemonade, and they had a very well endowed person at the lemonade stand, and the lemonade
Is this
machine.
a current business?
Yeah, this is a couple years ago. I don't know if they're still around. They might still be, and they're right next to the escalators.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is their outfits are
Southland or whatever
yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're very well endowed, and her her outfit didn't quite fit perfectly. And as you're going up the escalator, you know, most people look around or look down. You look down, you see right there, from anywhere from the escalator up to the top floor. You just look down, you're like, oh my God. I mean, I could drop a pencil and it would get stuck in there.
Why didn't you?
Because that's very uncouth, sir. Very uncouth.
That would be a great story, though.
And maybe
no,
his
it's very uncouth.
Maybe his aim would not be that good.
Well, I mean, if the
very
blind
uncouth.
guy could see that cleavage, you know everyone can see that
It's been a
cleavage.
while. I've had some better vision since then. You know, I had better vision then. But you look down, you're like, I don't know.
You can land an airplane down there.
I mean,
So back to the dorm bathroom. Okay.
The dorm bathroom. for
So
Christmas.
in the bathroom in one dorm that I was in, they painted one of the toilet seats gold.
Okay.
That's because it turned out that was the prior year. It turned out I ended up rooming with this guy that they painted it for because he was a golden boy and he was royalty. So that was his throne room.
I see. So
he wasn't asking for this.
But now,
you hear that
so
there, is
what
it?
did they put his name on the door so that he understood that it was for him?
I'm pretty sure he knew. I
He
don't
knew.
I don't recall any kind of name or other marking. I think it was just the toilet seat was golden colored.
I do recall one time I went into the bathroom. And this was at college again, and I go walk into the stall, and I notice it's a bit harder to see where I'm aiming, and I'm like, gee, it's dark in here, and I look up, and there's a ceiling over the stall. Only it's not a ceiling. It's someone's mattress has been wedged up above all the stalls. And I don't know whose mattress it was, but someone came back to their room and found a bed frame without a mattress in it and had to go find that their mattress was above the stalls in the bathroom.
you know, that's a pretty good feat. How did they get it up there?
I have a feeling
Couple
that
of
was
guys.
I'm thinking
Couple
it
of
was
guys.
at least a 2-man job right there is what that was.
So that dorm room that I was in, I think was on the 3rd or 4th floor, basically top floor of the dorm. You know, that's about as high as it went. And in a prior year, they brought a cow up to the floor.
A cow. Is a cow
It's
one of those
easy to
instruments
get cows up
Yeah.
a set of stairs.
You get cows to walk up
Impossible
the stairs.
to bring them down.
No, you gotta go backwards.
So how did they bring the cow down the stairs?
In pieces.
Oh.
Oh.
Poor cow.
Gross.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, fortunately, this was the Aggie dorm, and they actually knew how to do it.
So they killed
my
the cow?
guess.
They killed the cow.
Well, the cow wasn't going to go down the stairs.
Oh, did you have like an elevator?
Negatory.
Oh, poor
Well,
cow.
Maybe they could have built a ramp. Put like a get a long piece of plywood to put on the stairs, turn into a ramp.
And then
walk
put the
it
roller
down.
skates on the cow and let it go.
That's it. That's what they should have done.
Roller
See, they
skates
should
on
have
the
asked
cow.
us. These are just 2-year Aggie
They
students.
killed the. You know, this was a good story right up until they killed the cow.
Oh, poor cow.
Well, yeah, you know.
You know,
Not every story is happy.
apparently,
Hopefully, they enjoyed eating the cow.
they barbecued.
They butchered it. They never got to the part where they barbecued it.
Is it?
So then, how do they eat it?
I don't know.
So what
That
do they do
didn't
with
come out in the
So they
story.
butchered a cow, but you don't know what happened to the butchered
They're
meat.
you know they're in an agriculture area. They had a slaughtering operation going. They probably had large refrigerators, so they could have probably brought it there.
So you don't know when the cookout happened.
I know
No,
when the
because
cookout
this was
happens, they're
before I
cooking a
was in that
cow.
dorm.
Oh, you only heard about this story then.
Oh.
Yeah, these Aggie guys told me. Maybe I was being.
Yeah, we killed a cow once.
Yeah. No. They didn't start out that way. Hey, we brought a cow upstairs. That was fun.
And then we ate him.
You know,
And then we had to take him apart.
My spidey sense would have gone and said, okay, there's barbecue somewhere around here. I'm going. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Where's
finding it. There was
See,
no-
that's a question that I missed. I should have said, where's the barbecue?
And that's the thing. You're a college student. Aren't you supposed to have a sixth sense where the barbecues and the food's happening?
I knew where the forward happened is. That was the cafeteria, and that
No,
was not a
real
place.
food, not cafeteria food. Real food, sir.
But
So
that's
apparently-
all that was in the area is the cafeteria food. Now
apparently-
there was a pizza place.
So Dune has found out Sparky Toaster's Facebook name, and apparently that was a holy shit moment for Dune.
Aww.
Oh wow!
Holy shit, as in that's a weird name, or holy shit, as in that's who you are, or I mean, I'm trying to figure out.
Are they Facebook friends?
They are now, because
Yay.
Sparky wanted to see the panty video. So Sparky gave it up for the panty video. Is what happened here.
The secret identity had been revealed to one person.
Damn, I need to find my own panty video to share now. I got to go look it on Twitch tonight.
What?
Oh boy.
So, no. Anyways, I don't have any crazy stories about butchering cows in colleges, and I don't think. I do think that there was a fraternity that would do something that they called turkey bowling, and I don't mean that they bowled 3 strikes in a row. I mean they bought frozen turkeys.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that's the thing.
they went.
They did that at radio stations too.
Yeah, and then you bowl with the turkey.
Yeah.
I would think that would impair the ability for the turkey to go straight and hit pins, but that was. I never actually saw this occur.
Now, did they have like a frozen pond, and so they're throwing it across ice to the bowling pins?
I don't know,
or just to an actual bowling alley?
I don't know. I really don't know the details of that. My dad had a good story about a water fight that went on for a weekend in one of the dorm buildings.
A water fight?
Yeah, it was. It started with some water guns. I think it escalated to buckets. At some point, it might have escalated to trash cans being propped up against doors. But I think the point of that was that Monday morning when the dean came to the campus, he knew something was wrong when he looked up and saw, I guess the stairwells had some big windows in them, and he could see water cascading down the stairs. So that kind of gave it away that something bad had happened, or something amazingly awesome had happened.
So before my time, there's this one dorm that is a whole series of buildings linked together.
Okay.
And at one time, those buildings were all open until the authorities found out they were doing motorcycle races in the building.
Oh.
So then they cut them all off, with walls and doors and that sort of thing.
Oh.
Let's make the motorcycle. All you had to do is get a couple of dozen guys to hold the doors open. Resume motorcycle racing.
Well, yeah. If it's just doors, that's easy to fix.
In fact, that's
did you hear what happened on the Bay Bridge? I think it was just the other day. It might have been last night.
No. What happened
there
on the Bay
was,
Bridge?
you know what? What the heck do they call what is it? Showboating, where everybody get these cars going and they do. They do all kinds of crazy stuff on cars.
Right.
Sideshows.
Apparently, there was a group of cars that went out on the Bay Bridge and were doing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Sideshows, yeah.
Which kind of blocks traffic and stuff like this.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's
and the end of the article says apparently they didn't catch them. I think that would have been easy to find out who they were.
They were on a bridge. You just have to close off both ends.
Yeah.
Right, or even just at the exit end, because you can't cross over to the other side that well.
Depends on your
Unless,
car.
of course, you do it on Treasure Island.
Yeah, I guess you could try to hide out on the island. I guess that would be an option.
Yeah.
But damn, I think that would have been an easy one to catch.
You know, sideshows are actually kind of cool.
Oh, sideshow is the word.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
sideshow.
you.
Yeah, no, sideshows are kind of cool. I just wish that people would be more safe and talk to the popo. Say, yo, we want to do a sideshow. You mind if you guys supervise? Because you know what? They're really cool to watch. There's a couple they do them over here at Southland all the time, or at the mall over here.
Oh yeah.
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 Now the old people get all mad, but because my next door app.
Well,
will
I
start
mean, you have
going
to do it.
bling,
Yeah,
bling,
you
bling,
do
bling,
have to
bling.
do it
What?
safely.
Well, yeah, do it safely. I have no problem with that. They're a lot of fun.
Holy
fun in that?
crap!
What?
The Bay Bridge Sideshows draws about 100 vehicles.
Yeah, easily. The one over here at the mall over here goes about probably
Right.
20, 30.
Now, where we, where we worked on Grant Street by Tharco,
Yeah.
past the railroad tracks, it's a long street and it's a dead
You have
end
to go
back there.
past the
You would
railroad
see
tracks.
people there doing donuts.
Oh yeah, that's standard. They do that here.
Yeah, there's
daily.
really, it was such an isolated area that it was just the box factory, the cookie factory, and a waste
And at
treatment
the
plant.
end is the sewage treatment plant.
Yeah.
And that restaurant could not stay open for very long.
No.
They get a new tenant in there. They set up the restaurant. They go a couple years at best.
Such
and
an
then they'd be
odd
gone.
place to put a building that would be a restaurant. It's
I know it.
because
I know
it's just so out of the way. It was convenient for us to walk over there every now and then.
Yeah,
But,
and the couple of different restaurants that were in there were pretty decent.
Well, actually, I mean, just on the other side of the railroad tracks was mostly residential area, so it's not like it was that far from residential living. But
the thing
it
is,
still is pretty
people
isolated.
just didn't want to go. It's just out of the way.
Well, it's right next to the sewage treatment plant, so.
Well, that's where you get all your good stuff. And then there was a time. This is way before your time. They decided that needed to replace all the pipe going to the sewage treatment plant. It's like a 5-foot diameter thing. And oh my God, that smelled like hell.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess I would.
Yes, where's my oxygen tank?
Now Sparky writes back and says, "Okay, I'm back. Said video has been studied for science."
For science.
What were your scientific findings?
Winner. They found Bigfoot.
They found. It was in her pants.
No fetish here. No fetish here.
That's not Bigfoot, Brian. That's Sparky found that the lighting needed to be better. Hey, that was the same. That was the same findings for our video.
Did you get the same one?
That was a good one, Sparky. Damn, that was good.
So was that going on that little Super 8 film that you just showed us?
What's that? No. Dune found someone on Twitch that was.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah,
yes.
This was not my film.
So is that one still up, or is that just not in the TOS?
It was a live thing that happened, and Dune captured it while it was happening live. I don't know if what channel it was, or if there's on-demand video of it to be found.
So we need to pay attention to Twitch finds next Sunday
So
at 6
we might-
p.m.
we
all the time.
Yeah, we might.
Yes,
well, we
give
don't-
us the times, the places, and it's on.
Well, we
Dune's
don't
channel,
we
right?
don't play those ones on the Twitch finds because we
okay.
don't want to get kicked off of Twitch. So,
But it was already on Twitch, right?
That's what I keep saying, but Dune doesn't seem to see it that way.
So he was offline when he found it.
Now, Dune writes in, and angling the screen does not help, unfortunately. No, it does not.
No.
That's
No.
I mean, I got a 55-inch screen TV. I walked up, put my nose right up to the screen there, and that was. I'm kidding. I did not do that. I only
Did you
walked
see
halfway up
Uranus?
Well, she wasn't facing her back to the camera.
I know.
That's not the angle we were looking for, Brian.
Yeah. I know. Just you had to throw that in there anyway.
And Sparky writes out, nor does providing my own flashlight. Oh, we are so. I don't know.
That just provides more glare. Right?
I am so offended. I'm gonna have to write to my congressman to take this filth off of my internet.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Yes.
good news. Now, Brian, you know this from working with me at Tharco, is that when I had my preference, I always preferred to work the earlier shift that I could and cut out earlier. Than,
get the heck out of there. Yeah, right.
Get in at 7, and being in at 7 most of the time meant that I had an hour of peace and quiet. But usually it was on a day that I was counting on that hour of peace and quiet to get something done. That would be the same day that someone else that starts early would decide to do a bunch of stupid things I'd have someone walking on my desk. My computer is not. I'm like, did you try turning it off, turning it back on? Yes, but it's just at the same screen that it was before. I'm like, what do you mean? It came back up on the same screen. I walk over, and she was turning the monitor off and back on. That's not how you turn a computer off.
Do we say that person's name?
She was someone that worked there for a long time before I was there. She was in customer service, and I don't remember her name, and I should.
Oh, good.
I should, but I don't.
The guilty remains.
I should, but I don't. And if I start describing people, it might involve sizes, and that's probably a bad thing to get into. So I'm just going to back away from this one.
Right.
But
well, Tharco did manage to attract the dark hair blondes.
She was neither of those. But
who knew that was a thing?
Dark hair blondes. Well, customer service always loved to play a game of how can I avoid picking up the phone, and then customer service management like to play a game of how can we get IT to fix the problems of people
exactly
pick
up the phone.
The phone system isn't working right. They keep saying it's a long wait time. You know why it says it's a long wait time? Because no one's taking calls.
Yeah, at one point they installed this little light that goes to the ringer that flashes.
Yes, that's strobes.
Were you there when they did that, or you just
no? But Dale has told this story at least 5 times in my years there. Because that was basically and Dale tells a series of stories because for years they had problems with people not picking up the phone and trying to fix it with technology.
It's a constant, right, exactly. Yeah.
Apparently, like they had that those light up number boards on the wall that was supposed to light up how long the wait time was, so that if you see that it's getting to a high number, that would encourage you to do something to get that down. Well, I think at one point they had Kevin logged in to see call times. If it got over a certain amount, he'd ring a buzzer that would signal to people to pay attention to the phones. But and then there was the time where they said, well, could we put a flashing light that would flash when a call came in? And Dale was very much he understood that this wasn't a technology problem. This was a people problem, but he'd also do what was asked of him. So if they ask him to install a strobe light, he installs a strobe light. So he goes out, he gets a strobe light, he's setting it up, he puts it on.
Just from Radio Shack.
And someone comes in while he's testing it, and the light strobes, and this person screams and runs out of the room. And then someone comes in the room a little bit later and goes, what the heck's going on over here? It turns out this employee was an epileptic. So that brought an end to that idea.
Gators, did they ever electrify the seats? So when the phone rang, they just zapped them?
That was my idea.
Dang.
Now, here's the thing. So then, by the time I inherited this mess, because they put in a new phone system, and I remember that they had way more meetings with the phone system installers than the phone system installers usually have to have. I think the phone system installers are coming in like, oh God, these people again, every time they walked into the building. And as one of them put it, it's like they're designing the perfect system to never answer the phone. Because the problem is when a call comes in, it has to go somewhere. And in theory, it would go to a hold queue that would eventually be picked up. But then they're like, well, where should it go after that? Well, then send it to the reception desk. Okay, but what if the receptionist is away from the desk, like, because the receptionist would do other
Which
things.
always happens, yeah.
So, well, then send it to Susan's desk. Okay, but what if she's out to lunch? What if she's away? Because they don't want this call to land in an individual voicemail box. So, it kept on turning into, well, where do we send it next? Where do we send it next? Where do we send? Not, how do we get people to pick up the phone? Just where do we send it to?
Isn't that the reason why a lot of companies, you could name anyone, Comcast, limits the time that you're on the phone?
They might.
So like if you call Comcast on a technical service problem, and it could be anybody, any other, you're going to be on the phone with the guy at maximum of like 3 minutes.
Basically, yes. Call center employees.
And this one fella that I knew was on a Comcast call center, and he says, I don't really care what the rules is. I'm going to solve this old lady's problem. I'm going to get her TV working, right?
Right.
And he got fired for it.
Well, call center employees are measured on their performance based on statistics and trackable numbers. Call time average is one of those numbers. So yeah, and that is
right.
And the theory is that if you can't find an answer to something or escalate it to the next queue within a certain number of time, then you're not doing your job right. But then also you're measured on what percentage of calls you escalate. So then so that puts
pressure you get dinged for this and you get dinged for that.
Well, I mean, the theory is that you would be performing adequately to the amount of times you do that, but sometimes people feel pressure to try to make things go away. I don't.
Well, hey, you saw that situation. That lady turned the computer off.
Yeah. She, so.
That shit happens.
I remember her name now. It started with an A.
Was she the manager?
No. Not Amy.
So not Amy.
Not Amy. I think it started with an A. But
okay.
Anyways,
I can't think of another one.
Yeah.
Amy was special.
Now it's funny Sparky suggests this. Send it to the CEO. Well, Shane was the general manager.
Oh, yeah, general manager, right.
Shane was the general manager of that office when this problem landed on my desk, and I became... because then the problem was they decided, rather than have hold time queues, that they would just build a hunt group for everyone in customer service so that everyone's desk phone would ring simultaneously. Because if 20 phones are ringing, one of them's bound to pick it up. But if 20 phones are ringing, everyone's bound to think, well, one of the other 19 people will get that.
And by the way, Shane was out with a steam cleaner cleaning the rug in the main conference room. So he was busy too.
He gets things done. He also went into the offices and tore apart all the computers and moved them around into different rooms, and then came to me when he couldn't figure out how to put them back together again. Because he had this great idea that the salespeople and the customer service reps that work to get that team up together should all be sharing offices together. Most offices want to keep the salespeople out of the office and on the road and just give them like a shared workspace that has barely enough to do.
Well, I think there were only two guys. I think it was Steve and Nick were the only sales guys that were there on a regular basis because their territories were close to the office.
Right, but every salesperson had an office, and so at some point they decided, well, let's increase let's reconfigure the offices so that we could put the customer service reps they partner with in the offices with them so they'd work closer together. And then I'm like, dude, Shane, you put 3 computers in this room. Yeah. Well, there's only 2 network checks in this room. What was your plan for this? Well, that's why I called you.
Okay, we'll have to go out and buy a little mini hub so that we can get more connections in the room.
Okay,
right?
Shane, I do have a spare mini switch on my desk, but if I didn't, that's why I called you. I knew you'd save the day.
We could get a mini switch. That would take 3 weeks to get it.
So anyways, it turns out that they were starting to have problems where calls were getting disconnected, people were getting hung up on. And after going around in circles, banging our head against that wall for a while, we figured out what the problem was. The problem is that hunt groups were not designed. Our phone system was not designed to handle a 20-phone hunt group. And because when you ring 20 phones simultaneously, that I forget the details, but what it comes down to is at some point that overloads the system beyond its capabilities, and then when someone picks up the phone, it can't complete the connection to transfer the call over properly, and then the call gets dropped. So from working with the phone people, we found this was voice over IP. So basically the answer was to split up customer service into 2 hunt groups and have it ring half the phones at one time, and then if no one picks up in the first hunt group, it would ring the second half of the phones, and it would just go back and forth between these 2 hunt groups. But at some point we sat down with Shane to try to figure out a logical way to set this up, and Shane said, I got an idea. Let's split up people, and let's go hunt group 1 will be, these 4 people, and we'll put them in there, and then hunt group 2 will be these 4, and so the first 3 rings will be hunt group 1, and then the next 3 rings will be hunt group 2, and we want all calls answered within 6 rings, and then make hunt group 3, and if no one, and hunt group 3 was Shane and the 2 customer service managers and supervisors. So this way, if a call didn't get picked up within 6 rings, it would ring the phones of all the supervisors and the GM himself. And of course, all that meant was that if Shane picked up a call and it was a customer service call, he just took down their number and said someone will call you back, and then hung up the phone and then posted over to someone's desk and said, here, call this person when you have a chance. So, but also they would have me run weekly reports on the calls that came in and who picked them up to measure the performance of how many calls each person picked up. And so by the time I left Tharco, this was still a weekly thing that was happening, that I was sending weekly reports of who was picking up calls. Sparky writes in, wait, so the people in Hunt Group 1 do most of the work and all the calls. Well, yeah, if they picked up the phone. I think we may have rotated Hunt Group 1 and Hunt Group 2. Remember, Hunt Group 3 is the managers. This didn't get picked up within 6 rings. So I think we did rotate Hunt Group 1 and Hunt Group 2 to switch it up every once in a while to try to keep it fair. That's not the reason I was telling the story, though. So the point is that I liked working early, and usually I had a nice quiet hour starting at 7, and then I cut out at 4 and get home early. So when I started my current job, I met my coworker, and me and him are equals in job title because I came in with some experience, so I was given a senior title, and the guy who's worked there also has a senior title. And so when I met him, I also met the person that I replaced, because I was hired to replace someone who was promoted. And she was explaining to me that, me and him, we took turns working early, the early shift and the late shift. So you'll just, you work out your schedule with him and you trade that off, because sometimes I worked early, sometimes he worked early. And then, I'm, talking to him, I'm like, oh, what's the schedule? He goes, I work early, you work late. And I'm like, well, so-and-so told me that you... No, that was because she was taking classes. I was helping her out. I was doing her a favor. I've worked here many years. I have seniority. I work early. You work late.
You should have said, but we have the same title.
And so then later on, our supervisor walked over. And now that's not the same he still works here, but I don't report to him anymore. But this supervisor had a very hands-off approach to supervising. My first day, I was asking him a question. He goes, I don't know. You guys figure that out. You don't want me telling you how to do your job. Work it out.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, you don't want me telling you how to do that. You figure out how to do that,
Yeah,
and then I don't have to tell you how to do it, because you don't want me telling you how to do that. That was his.
Sounds like a supervisor.
So he came over and
it's better than this boss that I had once. So he became my new boss, and he asked me, I don't know what you do.
Okay.
And that was on the annual review. Oops.
Is anyone keeping count of how many times that story? That is a good one. I will give you that. That is a good story. That's at least the second time.
That's right.
Could you at least let a year go
until that moment?
Could you at least let a year go between tellings of that story? I mean, the tree story, I give it a year, but no. Anyways, so our supervisor came over. And I decided, within earshot of my coworker, to ask my supervisor what my hours were, so that way I could try to get an authority to step in and say, "You trade that off." So I asked him. "What's my hours? What should I be coming in tomorrow?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know. You guys work that out. I think you could, you take turns, whatever. You work that out." So then I said, "Hey, you told me you work early, but he said we work." He goes, I don't know why he told you that. I work early. I've got seniority. I've worked here longer. You're the new guy. So at this point, it's like, I got to work with this guy. I'm gonna let it go. I'll work the 9 to 5 because they actually don't take time out for lunch. So they work 8-hour shifts, and lunch is just, if you have time to take lunch, that's still on the clock.
So you would work a straight 8 hours and then leave?
Well, you don't punch out for lunch.
Is that legal?
You take lunch, but you don't punch out for. Well, we don't punch in or out either. We just
But he's in the building for a straight 8 hours, and that's it.
Well, we would stop for lunch, and if we needed to go out and get lunch, we could. No one's like, we don't have people following us with a stopwatch.
Again, if you took an hour for lunch, would you be in the office an extra hour?
No, we're only in the building for 8 hours. He works 7 to 3. I work 9 to 5.
Nice.
Now, most jobs I worked at that point, if I have an hour for lunch, that means it's 9 hours. I work 4 hours. I take an hour. I work another 4 hours, or I work 4 hours.
You're working 8 hours.
Right.
You're just there for 9 hours.
Right. But this job is 8-hour shifts, even, and you just take your lunch, but it's still that's part. Your lunch is part of the 8 hours.
Right.
So that's been an interesting experience. So he works 7 to 3. He'd leave at 3. I work 9 to 5. I don't come until 9, and I work to 5.
Cool.
So it's a literal 9 to 5 job, which is great. So that's what I've been working 9 to 5 because my coworker played the seniority card on me, and I'm like, I got to get along with this guy. Let's not rock the boat. I already, pulled the whole supervisor trick, and that didn't work. So he's probably a bit sore at me for that. If I don't push it further, I should be able to back out of this, and that worked out fine, and we've gotten along great. He's retiring. New guy comes in. Well, I'm not going to do that because I think that's a dick move. I'm not going to do it. So we reach the point that the new guy is trained up enough that it's time to start. We still got the retiring guy on part-time, but we're going to start tapering that off, and it's just me and the new guy. So today, me and the new guy had our weekly meeting, and the supervisor goes, all right, I think it's time for you two to split up your shifts rather than work the same shift together for training. And I go, okay. And so I asked him, what is your preference between 7 to 3 and 9 to 5? Because if we both have the same preference, we'll figure out a way to rotate this.
See, that's cool. That's how it should be. It should be just like, I'm this.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, instead of being a dickhead
That's cool.
like your former coworker.
Well, I mean, you know what? He's worked more years than I've worked at this point, being that he's at retirement age. So I kind of get it. He's paid his dues. He's put in his time. Yeah. He's old. He's cranky. Let him have the early shift. Who am I to come in and take that from him? But I don't. That's not how I roll. Maybe I will roll that way in another 20 years from now. Who knows?
Like to leave when there's light still from the sun.
Like a curmudgeon Gators in 20 years.
I could
Like
be.
Denison.
I'm well on my path to that. I complain a lot more.
So is this what's going to happen? You're going to be rotating shifts?
No, because I asked him and he said, my preference is for the senior guy to get what his preference is because I don't care. And I'm like, you should have just said you don't care. I'll take you don't care. I don't mind either way. I'll fight either way. I'm like, but if you do have a preference, I want to know what it is. And he goes, no, I don't care. I'm like,
when you said the morning, he was probably pissed. He was.
I gave him
Maybe
plenty
he's
of
an afternoon
opportunity.
guy like me.
I know, and that's how that goes. That's
Hey,
how
Johnny,
that goes.
Johnny, I would work the afternoon shift again with you.
Yeah, I mean, there is advantages there. You get to sleep. I mean, heck, I've been sleeping in till 8:30 because I don't start till 9. But now I have committed to taking the 7 to 3 shift. So now I have to get used to waking up at the crack of dawn again. So now I'm working 7 to 3, or as Dune puts it, 10 to 3. So that's
thereabouts.
There's abouts. 7 to 3, 10 to 3. They're practically the same thing. I mean, when you work 7 to 3, it takes you 3 hours to get warmed up and really produce any work. So you might as well just start at 10.
Yeah.
Does it?
So you know, I am not a morning person, right?
Right. Okay.
I would show up at about 9, wouldn't actually be functioning until about 10 because I'd have to have my cup of coffee first, right?
Right.
Even the person that I shared office with knew that. Of course she would.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today, I had to get up and out to Rite Aid by 8 o'clock.
That was hard to do, wasn't it?
I happened to be up a little early enough to get some clothes on and go.
Okay. All right.
Because I had placed an order last week with Amazon, and I said, okay, I'm not going to be around for the weekend, so I'll have it delivered to the locker at the Rite Aid. Right? You ever do that?
No, but I've heard of that.
Oh, it's perfect for this type of thing, right?
I haven't delivered to my house, but that's an
well,
option.
no, but I was going to be home,
Okay.
right? And
All
I don't
right.
want the porch power to get me, right? And it actually works beautifully. The trouble is, when you send it to the place like that, it's there for 3 days. And the way Amazon counts day is kind of bizarre. It arrived on Friday, so you get 3 days. Saturday is 1. Sunday is 3, right?
Okay.
Because then it says you got to get it by, again, Saturday is 1, Amazon counting.
Okay.
Sunday is 3, which
Sunday's
means
3.
I have to pick it up by the end of the day on Sunday.
Ah. Okay.
And I'm not there yet. Unfortunately, I could have been there if I realized that Rite Aid was open late enough, and we could have pushed to get there early.
Wait, Saturday's
but
1, Sunday's 3. What happened to 2?
That's the way Amazon counts.
I
had to be there by the end of business on Sunday to get it. But I wasn't in town.
So then what happens?
I had to get there before the Amazon truck got there. That's why I had to get there at 8 in the morning.
So this is a game of beat the truck is what this is.
Absolutely. And who knows what time the truck will be there.
So
anyway, so I arrived at the at Rite Aid right at 8 o'clock, right? And the door was locked. So I walked down the sidewalk to the next business.
Right.
And then I came back, and by the time I got to the door, I heard the click of the door unlocking.
Oh, there you go. And you
In other
beat the
words, the
truck.
person was already inside, and she goes, "Okay, it's 8 o'clock." And of course, I got in and picked up my Amazon boxes. So Amazon really hasn't worked out that the locker is for people that are off for the weekend.
Ah, I see. So, but
that's my point.
So
it could have been 4 or 5 days.
So is it? When did you order it? You ordered it Friday?
No, I ordered it earlier last week.
So when
because I'm Amazon Prime, and you get it within 2 days, right?
So when did the 3-day count start? Because Sunday was 3, but
no,
you
when
say
it
Saturday
arrived,
was...
3 days from when it arrived.
So
it arrived at the locker on Friday.
Oh, so Friday was day 1, Saturday was day 2, Sunday was day 3.
But you don't count day 1 because what if the truck shows up at 8 o'clock p.m.?
Well, they do count that though. That's how they're counting. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that's why.
So really, it's 2 days.
They shouldn't count Sunday actually, even though they deliver. They shouldn't count Sundays.
It's potentially 3 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in this case, it was 3
it's like
days.
your internet speed is up to 2 gigahertz.
Well,
gigabytes.
If
Whatever.
the truck arrives at roughly the same time each day, it is 3 days because the truck delivered it on Friday. And
Unfortunately, you don't get any data on that as well.
Well, if you watch the tracking info,
you don't get tracking info on that.
And you don't?
I do.
No.
Usually.
Well, they tell you when it's been delivered, so you know what time it's been delivered.
You mean you believe in email because it's on the internet?
You
No,
mean
it's on
all
the
those
app
Nigerian
itself.
princes don't have money for me?
Ryan, usually it's on your app. You go to your app and then look at your orders. It'll tell you where it's located. And a lot of times, like I get like how many stops away it is.
No, you're absolutely right, Brian.
Well, I
this is
can
bullshit.
get that when it's delivered to the house.
I will grant you that 3 days is bullshit. They
Yeah,
should,
I think they should count Sundays. Honestly, they
that
should.
this is the whole point.
Yeah, they should.
But
count
no,
Sundays.
but the system is good.
Mm.
Yeah.
In fact, if you don't get it on time, they'll send it back. You just reorder it.
Right.
You get your money back.
It's kind of annoying to wait again.
But that would be annoying to wait again. I agree. Which is why I was hoping to beat the freaking truck, which I did.
Well, this is why when I have an idea of, you see, I would have placed the order a few days later and had it delivered to my home.
Brian, have
And
you
by the
looked
way,
in-
Dune, you're absolutly wrong.
Brian doesn't want his hot Asian wife to see all those boxes he ordered.
Now, Brian, there is a service where they will deliver your packages to your garage. You can give them access to your garage and have them do stuff like that. My sister's.
Do you want to give a stranger access to your garage?
I don't have a garage, so it's fine with me. But I have a parking space that's covered.
They can leave it in
can
their
access
parking
that.
space.
They
it's
can have
covered.
access to my parking space. Everybody else does.
Yeah, right.
I will say I've noticed normally up until
I know. Tell them that the keys are on the rear left wheel.
Yes.
On the tire.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
And then they can put it in your car, and then they can lock it if they don't steal it first.
Has anyone else noticed this? Starting about a week or so ago, Amazon deliveries have started being made by people in their cars.
I've had a couple of that. And the reason is, Gators, they're pushing up the amount of deliveries for the holidays. So they don't have enough trucks.
So they're
they're
crowdsourcing people with their own cars to just come pick up a few packages and throw some boxes.
Well, there are people in my neighborhood that randomly
not
pick
seen
up the
that.
packages in their own cars. Does that count?
What's that?
There are people that come by and pick up other people's packages and put it in their cars and drive away. Does that count?
Yes.
That makes some great YouTube content from that glitter bomb guy.
It's getting so.
I'm waiting for this year's glitter bomb video. I am.
Did they do it? I thought they already did it.
Did they do one this year?
They did a 4, I thought, or whatever it was. They did one.
I don't think they did one this year, did they?
I thought they did.
I need to. What channel is that? That is.
Just type in YouTube glitter bomb and you'll find it. Honestly.
Mark Rober or Rob. How do you pronounce his last name? Mark Rober does that. Let's see. He egg drop from space, backyard squirrel Olympics 3.0, beating 5 scam arcade games. No, you know what? The last glitter bomb he did 11 months ago. So
it's been almost a year.
So that's a post Christmas.
So it depends how it rounded.
Or late Christmas.
It's getting so involved though. It's like, oh my god.
I don't know
involved.
when. It doesn't say the exact date he posted it, but it rounds it to 11 months.
Okay, so pretty soon.
So yeah, soon the next glitter bomb. Yeah, and that was 4.0. So glitter bomb 5.0 should be coming within the next month. So that is something and he steps it up every year. I mean, now he's got like surround cameras, so there's 4 camera angles, and for a while now he has it spraying the stink bomb spray. And,
delivery driver chicken?
No, are you not familiar with the glitter bombs?
No.
Oh, right. Brian, you really should enjoy this.
That's what this show is about, isn't it? We're showing people new things that they
Brian,
weren't aware of.
This is something you'd enjoy because it's so involved.
Okay,
it's so great.
Roll it.
Roll it,
baby.
Oh no, this is not. I'm going to post the link into the chat, and you're going to save this for later. and you're going to watch this after the show.
You'll watch all of them, honestly.
And this is just the latest one, but this channel is a really cool channel, and if you go into the channel videos, you can find the older ones too. But this guy's an engineer, brilliant engineer that engineers different cool things, and it's a brilliant channel. But what he does is he makes a glitter bomb, and he hides it in a box that looks like some kind of like a expensive headphone box, and then he puts it on people's porches so that it looks like it's a delivered package that's vulnerable and out in the porch to be stolen. And the thing has cameras built into it, microphones built into it, and it's got this big thing of glitter that will spin up when the package is opened up, and it'll spray out stinky fart spray, and it'll make like noises like sirens and police radio. And you took your headset off.
He had a phone call.
He had a call. But that's what the videos are.
Gators, have you watched the squirrel ones?
Yes, I have watched the squirrel
Those
ones.
are so much fun to watch.
Those are. Those
are a
absolutely
lot of fun to watch. I think Brian will love the squirrel ones, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good too.
I'm surprised. I thought the 4 came out pretty recently. I guess it's been a year.
Yeah, it has been a year. And Dune's sending another YouTube link, and that is Amazon delivery driver has run in with a garage chicken.
Oh, a garage chicken. I approve.
This is a thing that happens.
Who keeps their chickens in their garage?
Well, you know, my first apartment in Oakland, there was a neighborhood chicken that roamed around our neighborhood. I'm not sure what house it lived at, but it gravitated towards a certain.
If there's a neighborhood chicken around here,
it's
it would
fried
have been
by
barbecued a long time ago.
Like the cow. But so this is Dune's video. Dune shared this video. It's not his personal video. All right, garage chicken comes out.
Yeah.
And okay, and chicken is now out in the driveway. And I don't know, is this guy making a delivery? I guess. There it goes. Package goes down.
Oh.
So now he's got to put the chicken back in the garage.
There you go. Be good.
Oh, that's.
No, don't. Oh, thank God. I'm at war with the chicken right now. You have to stay in the house, Mr. Chicken Man.
Mr. Chicken
You
Man.
cannot go outside.
Well, start closing the door now.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Run! Book it! Do it! Come on!
Don't trip over the bicycle. Why does the guy have a Ring doorbell in his garage?
Because that's where his deliveries are made. And that's where he has his chicken.
No! No!
There you
That's
go.
It. Close the garage door and throw the chicken in while.
See, that's all you had to do. That's all you had to do.
Stressy, man. Stressy.
And just to give you a little sample of the link I sent, you're going to have to watch this whole thing. We'll go ahead and show you a little bit of this. Let me just find the right... here we go. Share screen. And there it is, the exploding glitter bomb. So let's see. I think they showed like a little preview at the beginning of the video here.
This guy stole a package from my car, and a different guy stole my package from a porch, and he's about to open it in his car.
Hello.
But what he doesn't realize is this is the 4th generation of a new and improved custom-built bait package that is recording him on 4 phones and just released a pound of the world's finest glitter, and he's about to discover the other 5 new surprises for this year. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't it a bit excessive to spend the last 4 years of your life trying to engineer the perfect revenge for porch pirates just because someone stole your package a few years ago and the police wouldn't do anything about it? And to that I say no. And I'm gonna keep doing it every Christmas until we can make a dent in the 2 million packages that are stolen from porches every year. Plus, it's become such a delightful engineering challenge for me to try and think of all the different ways that we can upgrade it.
So let's see if I could skip to some of the footage here of people that stole these packages. Oh, there's a guy that got sprayed with glitter. There we go. Glitter.
This guy wins the award for our most contemplative thief ever.
He's just staring at it.
Now he's got to invent something for catalytic converter stuff.
I've sped this footage up to double time. So we hope to make up his mind with a 3rd round of glitter, fart spray, and then the countdown.
15, 14.
And as if stealing a glitter bomb wasn't a bad enough choice already, this guy doubles down and decides to open it in his car.
Man. Look at that! I got 4 phones.
That's so hilarious. Man, you know he's cheating. His mouth is outside of his car.
15, 14, 3, 2, 1.
Out the window
and
it goes.
Mentioning, of course, we have to make multiple glitter bombs because sometimes they do take a beat.
So anyways, you gotta watch that whole video. Totally worth watching for all the...
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the links that you posted there, right?
Yeah, that's the link I posted, is the glitter bomb video. And
you posted the same link twice for some reason.
Well, I posted it because when I post from StreamYard, it posts to YouTube and Twitch.
Got it. Got it.
But if you go to Twitch, it's a clickable link. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was Sparky writes in.
Well,
he's way more.
I copied the link to a place where I can grab it.
Yeah. Sparky writes in. He's way more patient with that chicken than I would have been.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. There would have been a dead chicken there, right?
Yeah.
Or you fashion a leash and leash it to the bicycle.
What is this, Minecraft?
Chickens will come back to their homes, right? If you let it just go and just continue on your way.
It's not a homing chicken. There's no such thing, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure it's a homing chicken. Looks like a homing chicken to me.
Looks like dinner.
Is it regular or is it extra crispy?
It depends on how you flash fry it, right?
Of course, I just borrowed that from, what was that, The Incredible Journey, Homeward Bound. Which one of you are regular and which one of you are extra crispy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are great movies.
That was, yeah. No, that was a good one. So, but anyways, yeah, so that is, so anyways, yeah, so let's see. We got Found Film to look forward to. I now work from 7 to 4. Gators now has to wake up at the crack of dawn, which doing is like, that ain't the crack of dawn, because when I work from home, I just got to wake up at like 6:45, put on some pants, and stumble over to my room.
Gators, I have a question for you.
Okay.
And I've been wondering this the entire week.
Mm-hmm.
How is your record player doing?
Yes.
I actually played a record on it this past weekend.
Wait, it worked?
It's working pretty good.
What?
Is it quad?
No, it's not quad.
Oh, it's not quad.
It's not quad. but yeah, no, it's working out pretty good.
The changer part works, right?
Yeah, it is changing. It makes a few noises while changing. I still haven't figured that out, but it's not
more WD-40.
It's not preventing it from operating, so I'm just letting that go for now.
But you got the piece back together?
Yeah, I did get that piece back together.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you tell everybody in your Facebook forum, I got it back together?
I told them all, and they all still were mean to me, so I deleted all my messages and removed myself from the group because fuck those assholes. They didn't help me.
You know what
at all.
I find amusing, and I've seen this many places. People will post, "Please remove me from this group,"
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times.
and then they get all kinds of comments of, "You can always remove yourself."
yeah,
like I
pretty
s-
much.
now, mind you, I was able to get the pin back in place with a gooseneck arm and a clip, and I thought I told that story last week.
You
but-
did.
You said you were going to, but I didn't think you did it.
No, I did it. It worked. That plan totally worked, and so then I removed myself from the group because I went to the group. I asked for help. I figured it out myself. They all suck. That's kind of what it comes down to. Now, meanwhile, for your own pleasure, I just like to share. I absolutely love the Twitter account for bad maps. So in case anyone was wondering, I do have, for your informational purposes, here's a railway map of Antarctica.
They have railways in Antarctica?
I see.
This map, this map shows every one of them and all the stations.
Is that the name of the
nice.
Twitter account? What is it?
The name of the Twitter account is let me find that again.
Yeah.
It's just a map of Antarctica that's just plain white with a key in the bottom corner.
Yeah, but up on the left, is there a blue line that's the railroad line?
No, there is no rail. I mean, if there were a rail, basically the bottom left has the key for what a railway line is.
I understand that. I understand. Oh no! It just in the smaller position, the border looked blue. I misread that.
Yeah, no, the name
But it
of
was that tiny, the tiny postage stamp size that's on your screen.
No,
until you pull it up.
The name of the Twitter account is Terrible Maps @Terrible Maps.
Terrible.
Yeah, Terrible Maps, and that's exactly what they have. Is Terrible Maps.
I'm gonna follow that guy for sure.
this railway map of Antarctica. that right there. That is a great map, isn't that? That is.
When a band announces its world tour, North America, this is a pinned one.
No,
that's great.
No,
world tour, IDK. I don't know, of course.
Yeah, there's a railway map of Antarctica.
3 cities.
Heat map of Brazil versus
Asia.
South Korea. No, that's let's see what football is called in different countries. Let's see. Egypt is smaller than the United States, Russia, and China combined. Just in case you need a visual representation of that. Countries where you can claim someone's lost child after 2 hours. Here versus wait, what? Iowa has 99 counties. It could have an even 100 if not for this monstrosity. The United States and Canada at the same latitudes as Europe. The most loose-sounding town name in each state. If Earth was a globe.
Oh.
The most popular word in each state, which is the. Anyways, there's some are funnier than others. Here we go. This is the one I like. The legality of owning a kangaroo in the United States. With
Are we allowed to get one? I want a wallaby.
now states that are green, it's legal to own a kangaroo without a permit. States that are orange, with a permit, and states that are red, illegal. So
actually, when I was in Connecticut, and this is in the late 70s, my boss had a wallaby in Connecticut.
They're like fuzzy kangaroos.
Now
they're smaller.
Now in Connecticut, it's illegal to own.
But the sad thing is
kangaroo.
that the wallaby was stolen.
Oh.
And they never found it.
But in Wisconsin, West Virginia, and South Carolina, you can own a kangaroo without a permit. So, Washington,
Oh,
Idaho.
that's a bummer. Melbourne, Australia is closer to Antarctic than it is to Darwin, Australia.
Okay.
Map of Tesla charging stations around 1437 AD.
Tigers are adorable, but then later on they'll eat your face. You cannot have a tiger. They will eat your face.
Well, no, if you raise it from a cub and it knows
It doesn't
you,
matter.
Yeah,
You saw Siegfried and Roy. One of them got their face eaten.
Yeah, he had it coming.
Oh.
I'm kidding, of course.
It's like, hi, tiger, Arr.
They're just big cats.
So there's this one map that appears to be a map of the world using fried chicken.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, Sparky, I want a tiger too, but I can't have that, so.
Another one that I liked that I retweeted was let me present this one. This is ice cream versus ass cream. Because down here they pronounce it ass cream, but up here they pronounce it ice cream. So that's another.
Well,
useful map.
you go to the Castro, there isn't much difference.
The Castro's on the ice cream side of this map.
No,
so that's
but both are eatable in the Castro.
I suppose so. I guess that is a possibility. And here's another great one right here is let me bring it back up again. This is Name for Hamburger by U.S. County. With the ones that are gray, it's hamburger. And this county right here, where Albany is red, steamed ham.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So that's right, because in Albany, they call them steamed hams.
But they're not ham.
That's what they call hamburgers in Albany, steamed hams. Come on.
Why are they called steamed ham?
I don't make the rules.
Garrus, why are they called steamed ham then?
Because the Simpsons said so. You don't remember the Simpsons sketch with the steamed hams?
But honestly, what would they call ham there?
No, they call them steamed hams.
Whatever they want. It's fine with me.
You don't remember that that sketch?
That was in what, season 4 or 5?
I don't know.
That's been a couple seasons ago. I'm going to have to go back and...
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions.
Ah, Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
Yeah.
Oh, ye gods! My roast is ruined! But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking?
Oh!
Wait, next Tuesday's
Delightfully
tomorrow,
devilish, Seymour.
This is just classic Simpsons right here. Seymour and Skinner. Or Skinner and Superintendent. Steamed hams is invented right here.
Seymour! Superintendent, I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Care to join me?
Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Seymour?
That isn't smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams.
Steamed clams.
Ooh. Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
No, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes. It's a regional dialect.
Uh-huh. What region?
Upstate New York.
Really? Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
Oh, not in Utica. No, it's an Albany expression.
I see.
That's what they call hamburgers in
No,
Albany.
these hamburgers are quite similar to the ones they have at Krusty Burger.
Steamed hams.
Krusty Burger.
Sparky writes it, I guess Albany never saw Popeye.
No.
Steamed hams. So yeah, I just love that someone turned it into a map.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. I'm easily amused. Well, what's great is if you search steamed hams on YouTube, people have edited that thing into any different type of style you can think of. I mean, it's amazing what a meme the steamed hams bit has become. Just for example, if I search steamed hams on YouTube, it's steamed hams, but the roast wasn't ruined. Steamed hams, but Seymour is a horrible cook and Chalmers doesn't want to offend him. Steamed hams, but it's all Beatles lyrics. Steamed hams, but everything is fully explained. Steamed hams, but Skinner never lies to Chalmers. Steamed hams, but there's a different animator every 30 seconds. Steamed hams, but every word is replaced with its first occurrence. Steamed hams, but it's the Australian dub. So, I mean, you could just spend hours watching different edits of steamed hams.
You know, that's what I wanted to spend my Monday night. I don't know.
Oh, no, that's more a weekend thing.
Oh, is that a weekend thing?
For me, anyways. Tuesday for today, right? I gladly pay you next Tuesday for a hamburger today. Yes. Right. There you go.
Well, Gators, we have like 19 days to Christmas, right?
All right. I think so. So
okay. 19 days.
Yeah. So, and I think most of my Christmas shopping is done.
Yeah, but have you watched all your movies you want to watch?
I haven't even started that yet. And in fact, I got the tree up, but we haven't decorated it yet.
I haven't got my tree up. It's still in the box over there.
No, I put it up last night, but we need to get some decorations on it. And last year I never got around to tinselating it because it's just a pain to tinselate, but it really makes it look nice. So I don't know.
But then the cats will eat it.
Well, yeah, small.
And you can always find out when.
Oh, but yeah.
A little sparkle here and there. It's fine.
Well, when you see that sparkle coming from the,
it makes it easier to spot in the box.
Now, Sparky wants to know: did Johnny use lockers at Rite Aid for his packages? No, I just if I know I'm going to be away around the time they're going to arrive, I wait to order. Although I will say today I ordered a pH meter, and I was expecting same day delivery, and then after I placed the order, it said it'll be delivered Wednesday. But that's okay because I was doing that because I was going to try to do a reversal development of that found cartridge of Kodachrome, and I decided, no, why rock the boat on that one? I'll have to practice with my own shit.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead. You're waiting for your Kodachrome what?
No, I'm done with that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm done with that. I was finished with the sentence. I don't know what I was about to say. So go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's Amazon on their holiday schedules now, and you can kind of tell because I ordered a phone case on. Okay, I was gonna order a phone case, and I'm like, okay, it'll be here tomorrow. No big deal, I'll order it. And then 3 hours later, it's like, okay, I really want to buy this phone case. I'll do that. 3 hours later, I click the button. And then now it's not going to show up for like 5 days later. In 3 hours, did they run out of like 30 different? Because they had 30 on the site. In 3 hours, did they run out of 30 of those?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you can tell it's holiday schedule, and I have no problem with that because everybody has to get their stuff as long as everybody gets their stuff, right? And it's just a stupid phone case. I don't care. But it's just like, wow. I don't know. 26 probably not for me. I probably won't be home. Well, Gators might though.
I don't know.
21, I'll be around. That's like the shortest day of the year.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yeah. Anyways, we got to find someone to raid. Is what we got to do.
Who are you raiding?
I don't know. Well, right now I see a bunch of really cool synth stuff on Symbols.
I don't know how they change
so I think we're gonna go ahead and watch them.
Look it up.
I mean, we got a few options.
Switch with cheers. I go search right.
We got that one. We got that one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you know what? I'm going with the synths.
It's the rack and the studio and everything.
Sounds good.
Because they're talking about their synths there, and they're going to do some cool stuff.
Sounds
now,
good.
Sparky Toaster wants to know if there will be a Gator stream on 12/19 and 12/26. Well, actually, that's a good question. 12/19, I believe so. I won't be able to do a Dune and Bob on the 11th, or Dune and Johnny on the 11th, because I'll be at my in-laws eating carrot cake. But I will be back for the 12th, so we will be here next week. And 2 weeks from now, the 19th, there's nothing going on that day that I know of, so I won't be traveling till I'll probably drive down Christmas Eve and then drive back the day after Christmas. So yeah, I probably won't have a show the 26th.
I'll probably be at a family event.
I'm guessing we'll all be busy that day. Yeah. So, but also I did suggest doing a 5-hit with Dune on the 10th.
Oh, on Saturday night.
Yeah, and it's that time of the year that we got to break out the Santa dog.
Well, I guess I could have listened to that episode, but
you can still
doing
listen.
that now.
Nothing wrong with a little Santa dog. What do you got against Santa dog, Mars?
I don't like the residents that much. I'm sorry, sir.
But they've done so many different genres and different styles, all of them weird in their own unique way.
Yeah, not my thing.
There's
not
a little something for everyone there.
Not my thing. It's okay. It's okay. You and Venison can love them. You enjoy it.
And we do. And, that's... Now, Dune is feeling a bit sick.
What? Poor Dune. What did you do, Gators? What did you do?
Now, Dune actually likes the Santa dog now because he found out that Santa dog is a dachshund. He didn't realize that.
Yay.
So, yeah. So now...
I'm sorry, that's the one dachshund I can't really watch now. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
It's Santa dog. You can't go wrong. And the residents have put out a new version of Santa dog this year.
Did you buy your version this year?
I've got my pre-order in. Now it's not going to ship till later in the week. It actually gets it drops on the 9th.
I hope not, if it's a record.
Well, it releases on the 9th.
Oh.
So hopefully, maybe I'll get a download code to be able to.
Now,
listen
did you get a vinyl or did you get a CD or what did you get?
I ordered the vinyl. It's a 7-inch. It's it's a 45.
Little bitty. Okay.
Yeah. But it's mind you, they put out a double LP of all the versions up to this point earlier in the year. So now to keep my Santa dog collection complete, I had to order the 7-inch.
Now is the same thing on both sides?
No, I think they actually put the original Santa dog on the B side.
Okay.
I think is what they did. I'm not sure.
Smart idea. So,
yeah. So that way, Anyways, at that note, I think it's time once again to remind everyone you've been listening to another fun-filled edition of
Insert Title here.
But we do try to be educational here, and I think we've all learned a whole lot here. So now, Mars, what have you learned this week?
I've learned I can buy nitro coffee in kegs.
Whoa.
Oh, and Brian, what have you learned this week?
I learned that when you go into the garage, keep an eye out for that chicken.
And Sparky learned that chickens do not like to be locked up inside garages. And what did I learn? I learned I learned that there are no railways in Antarctica. And Dune writes in, too late. But everyone look up the Amaranth birthday present story later. Someone sent her like a bunch of cash and a taser and something like that, I think.
Wow, what are they saying to her?
I don't know. And no dick pics. So I think any gift that she opens up that doesn't have a dick pic is a win. Because, there's so many creeps online. But, the Amaranth fan sends her $70,000 in cash, bodyguards, and self-defense gifts. So that's that's a nice little good story.
I wish someone would send me $70,000.
I'm not asking for $70,000, but if you were to send me $70,000, I would not turn it down.
So someone sends that to you, and then you find out, it's Monopoly money.
I'll settle for $69,000. I'll settle for $10,000, $5,000. Whatever.
Did you get $60 off of Twitch?
I did.
You got $60.
I did. I got some money. So there we
You
go.
spent that on all the Santa dog stuff.
A Santa dog. Yeah, there you go. That's yeah. So I got to share that with you all now. So anyways,
absolutely,
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna raid symbols. So thank you everyone for listening. We will be back next week. You all have a great week and stay tuned for symbols.
Cool. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
There we go.
See you guys.
See ya.
Get ready to raid in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ciao, Dune.
1. There we go.
All right. And we're almost there.
There we go.
Ooh, there's the equipment.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive, isn't it?
Hey, welcome.
Totally impressive. Yeah. All right. So we'll see ya.
Catch you later. Bye.